Hello, my friend, and welcome back to the Modern Cavewoman Show. So, today I'm talking about something a little controversial in health and wellness circles, and it's about wellness trends I hate, and I'm going to tell you why. So, first off, I just want to say this all wellness trends are not for everyone. A lot of them have a lot of great benefits. They're wonderful for the majority of people, or certain people, and others can actually be detrimental if you have, certain complications in your life, whatever they are. So let me know if you can relate to this. I feel like I live in something of a chronic state of stress. And now I heard on the news not too long ago that like most Americans do live in some kind of chronic stress level, which is part of the reason why chronic illness is so common. So you probably know someone who talks about this. They're always stressed out or tired, and it might even be you, and it might even be me. And so what happens sometimes is these wellness trends are things that actually cause a sense of shock or a sense of stress response in your body. And it's that stress response that can actually create benefits for certain people. So I'll get right to the point. I've had quite a week. We had Not only am I always kind of stressed out because this is a pattern in my life, right? Growing up, I learned that things would go wrong, things would surprise me in a bad way, things would happen that I couldn't anticipate that I didn't like or were painful or whatever. And so as an adult, I have this deeply ingrained pattern in my life to always be anticipating and looking out for what might happen that would derail me or would cause a problem. Even just feeling like, when is the other shoe going to drop? And just kind of having that anticipatory stress signal. And sometimes it's even just a habit. I have worked on this. I have a coach right now where we're working on shifting into more of a responsive mode instead of a reactive mode. There's kind of a subtle shift there. I'm not quite into going with the flow and just letting life around me and dealing with it as it comes, but I am shifting more into a rather than just having this highly reactive response, I can have a more calm, more well thought out response. Anyway, so wellness trends that I've been seeing lately, which actually I don't feel like are very trendy, I feel like they're kind of old as time, are things like cold plunges, hot yoga, and high intensity interval training. So there's more. Those are just the three that I've been noticing a lot about lately. And, something like a cold plunge, one of the benefits is that it puts your body into an immediate stress response. And so I won't go into the details. I may not even know all the details, but that's one of those things that's as old as time. There have been people in Europe who would do a sauna and then go jump into the frozen pond or the frozen lake or whatever immediately after for those health benefits and, reporting back to having great skin and all sorts of fun stuff, right? So it's really as old as time. But now it becomes trendy because maybe a health influencer tries it and loves it, and then they promote it, and then they can sell you the $1 million plunge tub with all the accessories, and it's all fun and great. And if you want to do cold plunges, I'm cool with that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to actually slam these. I don't actually hate these wellness trends per se. It's just that I hate them for me and for my nervous system and for what my body needs. So I'm talking about it today because I want to pass that on to you that if you do see these wellness trends and you try them and your body is just like, no, this isn't okay, this isn't for me, I want to encourage you to listen to that because I feel like, and I've had experiences with this as well. So I'll give you my experience so that you can kind of see where I'm coming from. High intensity workouts. Once upon a time, I got talked into doing high intensity workouts. And if you're not familiar, what they are, interval training. I'm a little tongue-tied, sorry. So you'll do like 3 minutes of something really intense. You'll run really fast or do jumping jacks, and then you take a 1 minute break to recover. And then you do like 3 minutes of that intense thing again, right? You're doing jumping jacks really fast, and then you take a 1 minute recovery. And so I tried it, and the first interval was horrible. I mean, my inner cave woman was like, oh my God, we're gonna die. We're being chased by a wild animal. It's gonna catch us. It's gonna eat us. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. And then I went to the recovery period and it was like, whew, okay, I'm not gonna die. I didn't die. But now I gotta go lay down because that was all I had left in me. Like, I got away from the wild animal. I cannot continue this for 30 more minutes. Like, I'm not letting animals chase me every 3 minutes for 30 more minutes. So that was my experience. And then when I told my trainer about it, she was like, "Oh, you just need to try again. Just keep trying because you're going to build up stamina and you're going to build up, strength or whatever it was." She was really encouraging. And so I tried it again, and the same thing. It was like that first interval was just horrible. And it's that first rest period, I almost passed out. It was like once I stopped, it was just the little spots. Have you ever experienced this where you have those little spots around your vision and you start to kind of feel like the world is closing in on you and you just got to get to the ground before the ground gets to you? So I had that. And again, she was like, "Oh no, okay, well, you must be doing something wrong. Maybe you're working too hard, take it down a notch or something like that." And so finally, which I wish I would have thought of sooner, I was like, this just isn't for me. I don't know what it is about this, but this is not making me feel better. This is not making me stronger. All it's doing is killing me for the rest of the day. Like, I have to go lay down and I'm no good for anything for the rest of the day. And, doing this 3 times a week was just a mess. So, long story short, right? Long story long. I finally listened to myself and it was like, my body is literally telling me no to this. And then I worked with a healthcare professional that I trusted who offered me an opinion about my chronic stress. It was like, maybe it's because you're always running kind of hot. And if you add on an intense stress situation to that, it's going to just take every ounce of whatever you have left in you for the day, and you're going to crash. Yeah, I felt that. I felt it immediately. It was like a big duh kind of moment, right? Like the light bulb went on, and I was like, oh, that is so simple. Why was I letting someone else talk me out of what I know in my gut? So that's the other part of this is just to encourage you when you're trying these things, if you do have an experience kind of like this, right? If you do a cold plunge and it just sends you reeling, or if you do hot yoga and you feel like you're going to die. I had this happen too. I tried a hot yoga class and it was like my inner cave woman was going, oh my God, we just landed on the sun and the fire monsters are chasing us and I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm going to die, until I really almost did pass out right there on the mat. And it was like I had to listen to that. Like that kind of intensity is not for me. For other people who have very regulated nervous systems, who aren't always stressed out, maybe even for other people who are stressed out, that can be a release, but not for me. So consider yourself, always consider what's going on with you yourself. You know yourself the best and you know what's right for you. And it's a good opportunity if you are feeling iffy, if you don't quite trust yourself, or you are looking to experts to get more than one opinion. Always get another perspective and another opinion so that you can weigh that information back and forth to find out what's actually right for you because everybody has an opinion and not everybody is open to other opinions. And so you might have a health coach telling you, this is the way it has to be. You have to eat this way and exercise this way. It's the best way to do it. There's no other way. And then there's going to be someone else who's going to be like, well, actually, there is this other way that might serve you better, right? For instance, the hot yoga experience. I actually do yoga every day now, but I do it in a cool room and I do a gentle flow that's focused on flexibility I'm becoming supple in my body and developing strength. And my body loves it. My inner cave woman is like, cool, we're on a nice, breezy day, just stretching and feeling good. This is great. And that extra flexibility and that feeling of strength also helps me in situations, other situations, feel more capable. But also that nice calming yoga flow actually helps my nervous system kind of re-regulate a little bit. To some degree, it brings that stress down. It helps me feel less like I have to anticipate everything that might be coming my way. Helps me drop that feeling of the other shoe's going to drop. Oh no, oh no, what do I have to watch out for? For just some amount of time around that practice, I'm in the moment and it's like I'm flexible, I'm strong, I'm breathing, everything is okay right now. So that's just one of the things I do. And I would encourage you to explore things like that would make you feel better too, because some people find, like running or going for long walks, actual, hiking or rowing or whatever it is, right? There's all sorts of things. Swimming is really popular. It can be something that's calming and easy on your body, and yet you get that same benefit, those physical benefits, those health benefits. So, those are just a few examples. And I thought I would share that with you this week. I've had quite a week. The water heater went out, and then all of the plagues descended on me. There were bugs and spiders and boils, and oh, it was just wonderful. And I'm still cleaning up from it. I'm still kind of at a high level of stress. And so that's kind of what made me think of this because I'm also following this lady who she is big on cold plunges. And it's like every day she goes and does a cold plunge, and she's like, it's so refreshing and it gives me so much energy and it helps me show up so much for all the things I want to do. You got to try this too. Buy this tub. Here it is. It's galvanized and la 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 la. And I'm like, wow, I love most of the content she puts out, but those ones I'm just like, I know that if I did a cold plunge, I would not have any energy. My body would go into fight or flight so fast and so hard that I would crash immediately. So that's all I'm going to share with you today. I hope you have a beautiful week. If you are trying or have favorite wellness trends, I would still love to hear about them. Good, bad, indifferent. I think everybody finds something that they really love, and it's fun to share. It's fun to share about it, right? And tell people about the things that you love. And then to be able to try different things that you know someone else has tried and experience it for yourself, good, bad, or indifferent, right? How interesting and fun is that? So please share your wellness things that you do. I would love to hear about them and have a great week. I'll talk to you again next week. Bye.